Rosie. I'm the organiser of Soapbox. This happens every couple of weeks, well, every 2 weeks. And we just get together, and there's a group of us who kind of come, and we get up and we do some poetry, and that's what we're going to do tonight. But tonight is really exciting because it's the first night of Hello Poetry, which is a Scottish-wide poetry tour, which is going to be going on for the next couple of weeks. And it's about bringing poets together from different scenes, so like bringing poets from Glasgow, from Stirling, Aberdeen, and mixing them up and putting them together, which is really exciting, and it's great to be a part of that. And I have a poem about Hello Poetry, which Craig is going to read, which I'm going to kick off the night with. Hello. It's such a simple little thing. One tiny word. To heck with those that say hell is other people. Hello can be what you want it to mean. It's a hand held out. Welcome in. A stranger no more. Well, how have you been? A dashing chap, delightful dish. That one thing that you really couldn't do without. Hello is new, is old alike. Breaker of ice, timid held question. Wondrous deliverance from pain. Of an empty life when someone says hello. On the worst day to exist, I see you. Hello is hope. Hello is poetry.
That is a historic first poem of this here idea.
I like that very much. We're going to have three or four poets, and then we're going to have a break so we can go out and smoke, drink, talk, discuss poetry, hopefully. And then we're going to come back and we'll have another 4 poets. So I'm going to kick you off with a couple of poems. This was the poem I wrote for the very first Soapbox, which was on the anniversary of Che Guevara's death. It was called Dedicated to a Freedom Fighter. You say revolution, and they answer moderation. We all shout for change, but there is no reform. Injustice is inherited. Inequality is not interrogated. We're told this is the way it is, but when have they ever tried different? The revolution of our time. How will we be remembered? As a caring, giving race filled with pride, or as a set of nation states filled with greed and the bottom line? The many work their hands and feet, partake of menial labour, as the bourgeois sit around and lounge with so much time to savour. How's it justified that they claim slavery died, when we willingly enslave ourselves, through debt and mortgage, our material wealth? The chains are gone, but the locks still operate, across our hearts, our minds, our times, for profit. Profit cannot hold you, cannot wipe away your tears. Profit has not the voice to comfort all your fears, and yet we hold it in such high esteem, put it on a platform for all to see. It is the carrot they dangle before your eyes as they use the stick to break your back. I realise that I can't self-actualise the pain of these times, but I can shout it from the rooftop till you learn how to think, talk, and feel without their eyes. Along the same sort of themes. Doesn't really have a name. We witness the collision of human injustice, stand at the gates of pain and misery, watch the world bear its guts to the sky, as we see no evil, hear no evil, and speak only of the mundane, speculative anecdotes that fill our own personal limited scope. Are you blind, I cry? Do you hear the crashing all around you? The violence of this overpopulated planet is pulsing through me, and all that we admit that we see is what they flicker on advertisements, as the world describes it, as something to be cured by money and charity. When will we see that we really aren't free, in a world so blind that when our children and our brothers' children are crying, it's ignored and pushed to the floor? Because who wants to dwell on an issue we can't sell, when all that we are is a sign on our door, the shadow we show to the rest of the globe? And we don't let them poke a finger at the foundation in case it crumbles under the speculation of all that we hide, like the pain of these times. Women in suffering, children going hungry, men beating through the anger they eschew. You see, there's these magnetic forces holding us down. They're called materialism, commerce, and the postmodernist ideal that it ain't real, or me who has to deal with this issue you're selling. That's for politicians, my darling. And they keep such straight faces as they smack their hands down to keep their heads in the ground so far beneath the skin of all this violent din. I've got the end of the poem. I've got one last one, which is not quite so heavy-handed, and it's about living in Edinburgh. I'm being surrounded by the just sheer unadulterated beauty of being surrounded by Arthur C and the Pentlands and like how fantastic it is living in the city. It's a little bit, sorry, Jib is from Glasgow. I guess a little bit like this. This living painting that we create, the palette of conversation we shape, the outline of our misery or faith, blue shades mixed with red sky thinking, pattern light that fades to grey. We erase forgotten moments and fill in the ones that light our day. Nurture the colours that fill our hearts with beauty and truth. There is life here in this painting that we create. The ink of our hearts entwines together to create a panoramic image in a disconnected world. Pebble-dashed imaginings scattered, ragged edges smoothed by many hands, joined hands, as the colour of our hearts mingle through the dark. Soft lines touched with jaded paint, ideas lost in empty wakes, filled in portraits of old mistakes. Here is a painting that we create. Pencil-sharpened words of youth lost in battered years of truth. Edged over anchors weighted through the painting's long forgotten hue. Life in a painting, flushed